It is sometimes convenient to consider a class of prior distributions of the form that we see here, where we have a family of priors that's indexed by what we're going to call lambda. You see that here. Typically, lambda is going to represent parameters from some well-known class of distributions. And this value lambda, which indexes the family of distributions under consideration, is called a hyperparameter. One example would be where we're considering the family of gamma distributions. And then our hyperparameter would be a vector here, which consists of the parameters which identify the particular gamma distribution that we feel appropriate for the prior distribution. So an example of that would be, suppose that theta is the mean of a normal distribution, something like I have here. And so maybe we feel like that the prior should come from a normal family, but maybe we also know for some reason that the prior mean is positive. So then we have the following set, capital lambda. Oh, and by the way, this family is typically, we're going to refer to it as capital lambda. And so we have this class of normal distributions where the mean is positive, and of course the variance is positive as well. And the hyperparameter is what we see here. Sometimes we're dealing with a vector parameter, and then there's a relationship between the components of the vector, such as one of the common situations where, for example, the components of the parameter vector are all IID. In this case, it makes it easy to look at the distribution of the parameter vector because it's simply the product of the common distribution, which we'll call pi naught, where pi naught is some density. So an example of that where we have this sort of structural relationship would be the case where for each I, xi given theta I is normal and with parameters that you see there. So where here the parameter theta I is the unknown and the variance is known, and those are independent for I equal 1, 2 until p. And then in the case where the theta I are felt to also follow some normal distribution, as we see here, but the hyperparameters are unknown, then we have a class of prior distributions indexed by those hyperparameters, essentially. And then from there, we would have to use some methodology to select the parameters and select the distribution from the family. And one of the common methods is what's called selecting the ML2 prior, and we'll look at that in a subsequent video.